Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's reading is the person on your mind. What do they want you to know? All right. So we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, group two, and group three. Please pause the video if you do need some time to choose your group, but I will see you in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, then this reading could be for you. I hope you guys are doing good. So, the person on your mind, what do they want you to know? So, to start off with, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Pentacles upright, and the Queen of Cups upright. So, it feels like they want you to know that they are struggling and juggling a lot right now. They may feel mentally and emotionally overwhelmed, emotionally scattered, and just generally not really feeling themselves right now, or not feeling balanced. They want you to know that they are feeling lost and like they don't have a direction, or they're not feeling good about their current direction and trajectory that they're on. They want you to know that they are in need of rest. And for some of you, they want you to know that they are close to giving up on something that is important to them. Like they feel like they can't do it anymore for some reason. They want you to know that they feel like they are failing themselves, that they're worried about how the people around them perceive them as well because of this failure that they feel within themselves. So yeah, at the moment they want you to know that they do need space to sort things out, and that this is something that is interfering with you and them. And it feels like they want you to know that they know they've been neglecting you, and that they haven't been fully present, or they want you to know that they still won't be able to be fully present for you in the way that you want or need, and that they do feel guilty about it as well. And it feels like they don't want you to be further overwhelmed, maybe by them and their problems, but they also don't want to be overwhelmed by your expectations of them. And it feels like they want you to know that either at the moment or in general, that they are distant at times, that they're not the most dependable person, but they do want you to be able to count on them. So they may not be the most dependable person, but it feels like on some level they do want to be dependable for you. They want you to know that they are focused on a future with you in it, but they do find it difficult to maybe take commitment seriously, or they struggle to be loyal in some way, but they still want to kind of keep and protect what you guys have. They also want you to know that they do feel emotionally loyal to you right now. They want to be there for you emotionally and practically. They want to be someone that can be relied upon, especially, for you. And they want you to know that they, want or need your help. They could even be planning to come to you soon for your help. And it feels like they want you to know that they want you to understand them. They feel you're very intuitive anyway, and they don't want you to be afraid or maybe turned off by their vulnerability. They want you to know that they do think long term, that they really value stability, that they're patient and, try to curb doing anything impulsive for the most part, or maybe at all, and they want you to know that they like you because you're grounded, and they want you to be their rock. It feels like they want you to know that you're their comfort and their safe place. They want to build a life of comfort with you as well. And it feels like for some of you, they want you to know that they may not be the most romantic, but they are still very loving and, caring and maybe nurturing in their own way. And they want you to know that they do feel and care a lot for you. They're emotionally invested in you, and they care a lot about your presence in their life. They want to keep your presence in their life. And for a lot of you, they want you to know that they love you if you're not already aware of that. And, they love you for who you are. You're very beautiful to them. You're special to them. And they also want you to know that they love that you are, always true to yourself and that you're authentic. So moving on, we have, let me see, we have I can be possessive at times. I'm not really sure what love is or what it's supposed to feel like. I'm not interested. I'm not the forgiving kind of person. It looks like I'm paying attention, but really I'm mapping out your nakedness in my mind. We have I'm done. We have take the lead. You are so sexy. And we also have fated union and willpower. So with I can be possessive at times, for some of you, they want you to know that they themselves can be possessive at times, that maybe they are quite possessive over you. But for a lot of you, it feels like they want you to know they like it when you are possessive over them. With take the lead, they want you to know that you may need to be the one that takes the lead for them in certain situations, or maybe takes the lead in your relationship or something else that makes more sense for you. But essentially, they want you to take the lead in some way. So with it looks like I'm paying attention, but really I'm mapping out your nakedness in my mind. It feels like they want you to know that it's like their mind, they think about intimacy with you, but maybe because of like the other, issues that they could be dealing with, it feels like they want you to know that intimacy is on their mind, but not something that they may be able to kind of like do and focus on, right now in your relationship. And with fated union, they want you to know they feel like you were meant to be in their life, and that your union was, meant to be. With I'm not interested, it feels like they want you to know they're not interested in something. And for a lot of you, or for some of you, like it feels like they want you to know they're not interested in their life. So they maybe, for some of you, maybe they have, let me see, maybe they have like a certain apathy towards maybe life at the moment, or towards a certain area of your life, of their life. But yeah, they want you to know that they're kind of losing interest in something. And with I'm not a forgiving kind of person, it feels like they want you to know that they need you to be like a little forgiving when it comes to them. With willpower, it says improve your willpower to reduce your stress level, and it feels like they want you to know that they kind of need you to like help them in some way to reduce their stress level. So with I'm done, it feels like they want you to know that they are done with something that possibly takes them away from you, takes them away from themselves and their stability. With you are so sexy. They want you to know you're still incredibly attractive to them. And finally, I'm not really sure what love is or what it's supposed to feel like. So for some of you, they want you to know that they do struggle a little bit with like the concept. I don't know if concept is the right word, but they struggle with maybe love, feeling it. But they also want you to know that they do feel it with you, but they do also have like maybe their hang-ups when it comes to, love and what's that like, what it's supposed to feel like, and stuff like that, and maybe how to navigate it even. But yeah, that is all I have though for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. I'm wishing you the best. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. But until then, please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. So the person on your mind, what do they want you to know? And to start off, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Pentacles upright for what they want you to know. Okay, so it feels like they want you to know that you could be too emotionally inconsistent with them, that you are a bit confusing to them, and that maybe they feel confused by you. And they want you to know that they don't want you to pull away from them. So yeah, they want you to know that they don't know how to handle their feelings for you either. They don't really feel safe enough to be vulnerable. They want you to know that they are emotional, and at times their emotions get the better of them. That they're, moody and unpredictable at the moment. Not necessarily in general. And they want you to know that it's hard for them to hide how they really feel about you, and that they do really care about you, but they think that your heart's closed off and that they are kind of afraid to approach you. And they want you to know that they do find it hard to live up to their own expectations, maybe, which could put some pressure on them. They want you to know that they have idealized you in their mind, but they've also realized and want you to know that they want to be ideal for you as well. They want you to know that they have grown up a lot recently or in the recent past, and that they won't reject you, they won't hurt you, and that maybe they can even help you heal in ways. But they're also afraid that you could manipulate them. They don't necessarily, find you manipulative or whatever, but they are afraid that that's a possibility. And they want you to know that they like that you're emotional and that you are sensitive, at least in their perspective, or maybe that's something that they know about you. And they want you to know that they themselves are trying to become more emotionally available, something that they maybe struggled with in the past. And they want you to know that they have been inconsistent because they were afraid of commitment, but they aren't anymore. That they let their insecurities hold them back sometimes, but they're, in the process of, trying to not let that happen anymore. and that they're in the process of letting go of their past pain. And it feels like they want you to know that it did take them a lot to not dwell on their past. And, they realized that they were holding on to their grief too tightly, and now they've, let it go, or in the process of letting it go. And they want you to know that they're kind of learning to forgive themselves as well, hold themselves accountable even. And it feels like they kind of want you to know that they're a forgiving person in general. Another thing they want you to know is that they have been quite emotional about you, and for some of you, even cried over you, and they want to know if they should just focus on you. Maybe they feel like they haven't really gotten clarity from you, and it feels like kind of like just want to know, like what they should do in terms of their feelings for you. And yeah, they want you to know that they are ready to rebuild their life, and they want to reconnect with you too. They want you to know that they're in a healthier place now. They're not bitter anymore about certain things that maybe have happened in their past. And they want you to know that they do plan on being realistic, and that they know they've been emotionally stuck, but they're kind of like coming out of it now. They want you to know that they are grateful for everything they have. They plan to be very generous with you as well, and they want you to treat each other fairly. And they want you to know, or should I say, they want to know if you want them to show up for you in a real way, because they want you to know that they do want to pour into you, and they're actively learning how to be a better partner. They want to create balance between you guys. And again, like, they want to know if they are someone you would even want to rely on, because they want to be that person for you. And they want you to know that they want to be someone who's fair, and they want you both to be able to give to each other without keeping score. And they want you to feel valued, and they want to be someone that lifts you up and not weighs you down. And they kind of want you to know all these things. They want you to know that they are ready to share more of themselves with you, even though it could be difficult, even though they may feel some type of way about being in that vulnerable position, whether or not you're even open to it. But they are ready to share more of themselves, and they want you to know that they do want to build something that's genuinely mutual between you and them. So moving on, we have my mind is elsewhere. We have trauma. Wild thoughts. I can't move on. I'm so comfortable around you. I'm worried you don't feel the same. I want to do unspeakable things to you. I'm not financially stable. Be with me now and return to joy. So with my mind is elsewhere, they want you to know that their mind isn't elsewhere anymore, that they are a lot more, focused, that they're not really being distracted. I know messages about their past came up earlier in the reading. Maybe that's one of the things that they were being distracted by. But yeah, and with I want to do unspeakable things to you, they want you to know that they have, kinky things on their mind when it comes to you. So with I'm so comfortable around you, even though they could be feeling slightly confused by you at the moment, they want you to know that they, actually do find you very comforting, find your presence very comforting. Your energy, and they want you to feel comfortable around them. They could want to know actually if you feel comfortable around them, if that could be a possibility, for you guys moving forward. So with Wild Thoughts and Be With Me Now, they want you to know that they have a lot of wild thoughts about you. But with I Can't Move On, they want you to know that there is a certain part of their past that they just cannot move on from. Like, it's not easy to maybe sever a tie that they still have to their past. It doesn't really feel like a person. For some of you, it could be a person. I mean, if you know their situation. But yeah, whatever this thing is, I don't know what this thing could be actually. But yeah, they can't move on from something. Maybe this is something that you would be more aware of, or something that you might, find out down the line. And with Return to Joy, they want you to know that they want to make you happy. And with Unworried, you don't feel the same. They're worried that you might not return their feelings. And with I'm Not Financially Stable, that doesn't really feel like it's related to them. It doesn't really feel like it's related to you. But for some of you, please only take this if it makes sense. They want you to know that they're helping someone who isn't financially stable. And finally, with trauma, they also want you to know that they are working through their trauma, and their past pain, whatever that might be. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. I'm wishing you the absolute best. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. But until then, please take care of yourself, okay? Bye. Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today. The person on your mind, what do they want you to know? And we have we have the Empress in reverse, the Page of Cups upright, and the Two of Swords also upright. All right, so it feels like they want you to know that they're not great at taking care of themselves. Maybe they haven't really been taking care of themselves lately. But at the same time, they don't want anyone to take care of them either. They want you to know that they are drained from overgiving to the people in their life. They're emotionally exhausted. They're not ready to maybe start things back up with you, or to reconnect with you in some way. And that they're kind of like not at a place where they need or crave affection. They also want you to know that there is a part of them that is afraid to receive love. At times they feel their emotional needs are a burden, and that they are afraid of being vulnerable, so they stay silent at times. They want you to know that they need a life that offers them reassurance. But at the same time, like, they want you to know that they don't expect that reassurance from you. They don't really expect that reassurance from other people. They could want you to know that they are maybe in the process of finding themselves or just needing a bit of distance um, from, certain people in their life. They also want you to know that they can't give you reassurance. Um, they're kind of going with the flow right now. Um, they want you to know that, even though they have, certain things that they're still trying to grow from, they want you to know their confidence in themselves has grown. And they want you to know that their feelings for you are a bit immature at the moment, inconsistent and unpredictable on their part. And for some of you, they could want you to know that they don't really have feelings for you right now. It seems like they're not really in a place where they have feelings, or can have feelings for anyone right now. Maybe, yeah, that's just where they are at the moment. And for some of you, they want you to know that they actually feel conflicted about you and they kind of question what place you have in their life, what place they have in yours. And, they don't feel you guys are on the same trajectory. And they want you to know that they feel that you don't even really know them, or you misunderstand them a lot. And because they're in this process of kind of finding themselves, it feels like maybe they can't have someone who misunderstands them, like having a big part of their life right now. They want you to know that they're still, figuring out what love means to them and what place it has in their life right now, and in the future. And they also want you to know that they are super selective with about like who they give and show love to. They want you to know that they are romantic, low key, but not everybody gets to see it or experience it. And they want you to know that they actually love the way you express love. They want you to know that they are someone that typically wears their feelings on their sleeves. They feel things deeply, that they're very intuitive as well. And I don't know if this is random, but for some of you, they want you to know that they feel you're not appreciated in your relationship. This could be any kind of relationship, actually. To be honest, could be romantic, it could be family, but I'm getting friend relationship for some of you guys. But please only take what makes sense, And it feels like they want you to know that from their perspective, you do seem drained, and that they feel you should turn your attention inward, you know. For some of you, I don't know why this message is coming out, especially considering like some of the messages that have already come out about this person, just maybe not being all that interested at the moment. But it also feels like they want you to know that they want you to put them on a pedestal. I don't know why, but yeah. But yeah, for some of you, they want you to know that you're so nurturing to, certain people, and at times they feel you neglect yourself. They feel that you're kind of disconnected from your own needs, and they feel you suppress your emotional expression at times. That was clarified by the Three of Cups. So they could feel you do this to like, maybe in social settings that you don't really express yourself, maybe authentically, or you just kind of suppress yourself in those situations or around certain people. And, they also want you to know that they feel you're hiding how vulnerable you are, and that they think you're afraid of being seen as too much, as being like difficult, or like you kind of, don't want to, be a burden or make, other people's life difficult. And by doing that, they could think you are like kind of putting other people's needs, above, you know, your need to express yourself honestly and not suppress, parts of yourself, especially for the sake of other people. And they also want you to know that they feel you shouldn't be so emotionally open with certain people, because they do feel like that will get you hurt, and that you shouldn't be so forgiving as well. Like they feel like you forgive people quite easily, and they don't feel you should do that, just, as a way for you to protect yourself. Yeah, they literally want you to know that you need to be more protective of yourself, and that you should stop focusing your attention on them and on, maybe other people within your life. um and for some of you, they want you to know that they feel you should stop pretending things are fine in order to avoid conflict, and that you should focus on keeping the peace within, like, you within yourself, um, instead of maybe in other situations where your voice is needed and your expression is needed. And they also want you to know that they feel you should calm your emotions in certain situations, just so that you can be neutral and like not rattle yourself. Like they do feel you should focus on your own peace. They could also feel like you could do with pouring into your femininity in some way. They could feel you're disconnected from it. And finally, they want you to know that they feel you should move through life with more certainty. They could think you're split between multiple paths. And they actually want you to know that they are torn by multiple paths right now, too. So moving on, we have I've been through some stuff. Your imperfections are perfection. I deserve better. I have a question for you and I need an answer. We have healing. Opposites attract. Release any doubts. I'm afraid. I'm a little distracted right now. And life's purpose. Okay, so with release any doubts, they want you to know that they've, released doubts that they've had within themselves, that they are moving through life with a lot more confidence, and that they're feeling a lot more self-assured right now. And with I've been through some stuff, they want you to know that they have been through, a lot of stuff, a lot of heavy things. And with healing, they want you to know that they are healing it right now, that they're in the process of healing, or that they're at least trying to. And, because of, their focus on themselves, they want you to know that they are distracted right now. And with I deserve better, they want you to know that they feel they deserve better. And for some of you, they want you to know that they feel they deserve better than what you may be able to offer them, just because they feel like you guys are on, different paths, or they feel like they would need to, sacrifice things. It could be for other reasons as well that make more sense to you. But they want you to know with life's purpose that that is what they're focused on right now. Maybe trying to reconnect with their purpose, maybe find a new purpose. With I have a question for you and I need an answer, they do want you to know that they do need to, maybe still need to talk to you, that maybe they still need some sort of clarity from you, or they need to, have some sort of answer from you. And with opposites attract, they want you to know that they feel your initial attraction to each other is because you guys are so different from each other. And I'm afraid, they want you to know that they're moving through life with a lot less fear, but also that they are kind of worried about you. And finally, with your imperfections are perfection, it feels like they want you to know that that's how they see themselves now. Like maybe before they thought their imperfections made them, entirely like flawed or just not good enough, and maybe, you know, not their confidence. But they want you to know that right now they feel like whatever imperfections they do have, they feel that that's what makes them them. That's what makes them, perfectly flawed. But yeah, that's what they want you to know. But yeah, that's all I have. For those of you who chose this group, I do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Please take care. Bye.